Instagram, all those good joints out there. It's Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And y'all know the drill. I need to know if y'all can hear me. So if you are joining the chat tonight, please let me know that you can hear me. It says YouTube is cheating at the game again. Of course they are. Probably not sending out notifications. I uploaded, 2 videos within a certain time frame. So, if you upload, I think 3 within 24 hours, they're supposed to send out the notifications for all 3. But I got a feeling, I might be one and done. Who knows? We'll see if things, change. Somebody said not liking Rubio pick. Yeah, I'm a little shaky on the Rubio pick too. I mean, I like to leave room for, people to redeem themselves, but just a little shaky on the Rubio pick. I'm not sure, but we'll see. That's the only one I'm kind of shaky on. But maybe they know something we don't know. Maybe they've monitored his behavior these last couple years and so on and so forth. And we'll see how it all turns out. Rest of them seem to be pretty solid. Now, I'm assuming you guys can hear me. So if y'all can hear me, then I might as well see as people start logging on, if they got their notifications. We don't know. But they know I'm going to be here every day. Oh, I'm glad I caught this. I need to turn off and turn on the Wi-Fi. So let's see. Kill the notification. Cue the Wi-Fi. Yeah. Make it all better. There we go. Let it boot up. Gotta let it marinate for a minute. All right, I think I'm good. So with that being said, let's make this happen. Oh boy. Yeah. Real Godzilla. Real Godzilla. Real Godzilla. There's some kings in the building. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Yeah, man. So, if this is your first time joining my show, please hit the like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other social media platforms, and subscribe. Make sure you turn your notifications on to all. Also, I do have a Kevin's Corner store with some merch. You can go in there and check it out. All the links are listed below each video. This number on the screen, 330-974-4607, is a number if you text MAGA to. I will be able to connect with you just in case shenanigans happen and I disappear. And then finally, if you want to donate to the channel, you sure can through my CASHAPP and my PayPal. Now, the chat, of course, goes in and out sometimes. I am, let's see, I want to make sure that I can see what y'all saying, just in case something goes wrong. I can jump on it, Johnny, on the spot. Now, with that being said, guys, it looks like the fake news and the Democrats, they're having it bad, man. They're having a real tough time, and I don't care. Actually, I'm glad. They are like, a soldier that just came home from war and they don't know what to do anymore. They're like, I'm out of place. What's going on? I feel irrelevant. I feel irrelevant. They're wandering around aimlessly. They're like a washed up actor or actress that's no longer useful. Nobody's still calling them for gigs anymore. And they're trying to reinvent themselves. They're trying to process it and figure out, where do we go wrong? Where did we go wrong, man? And I, for one, am enjoying it. I mean, all of the excuses, all of the confusion, all of the slight efforts to try to, rebound from this horrific loss. See, this is one of them losses where, it's hard to rebound from. Anybody used to watch the UFC? What was the girl who used to whoop everybody's butt? Ronda Rousey. Yeah, Ronda Rousey was feeling good for a long time, whooping everybody's butt, tapping girls out within the first round, sometime within the first minute. But when she took her first loss, it was so devastating that she went into hiding for about 6-7 weeks. We didn't know nothing. We was like, where is she? Is she still fighting? Where's she at? We ain't seen her. And she never recovered from that loss. That's how bad it was. She took a beating. It was one of those beatings where it humbled her. It made her realize, man, you know what? Maybe my poop do stink. Maybe I ain't got the juice. And this beating should have done this for the Democrats and the fake news. But unfortunately, I think some of them still think they got the juice, even though the juice is rotten. It's stale. Nobody wants to drink out of the juice. There's backwash in it. Yeah, they still think the poop don't stink, even though the ratings with CNN and MSNBC has tanked, and now they're talking about layoffs and stuff like that. I wonder why. I wonder if things were popping. If things were popping and business was good, they wouldn't be looking at laying off people. The Trump effect was positive for everybody except for the fake news. Go figure. Go figure. And in our mind, that was positive. I hope they go out of business. I really do, because they're not news anyway. So we're going to be, of course, I can't really get past their reactions because they're coming in rapid fire. Here I am. I'm trying to move on, jump on a couple new topics. But they're coming in so rapid that I gotta talk about it, and I gotta laugh about it as well. So let's get into it tonight because they're losing their minds, and we're here for them just in case they need a shoulder to cry on. So let's go ahead and see what's popping. And then starting off with, guess who, y'all?
Crazy Nancy Pelosi. She's crazy as a bedbug.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about, you know who, vagabonds, monkey paw hands, mush mouth, nasty Pelosi? We haven't heard from her in such a long time. Let's see what Nasty is up to these days. But first, she needs her medicine. More than ever I need it now, Nasty, more than ever. Yeah, man, Nasty Pelosi needs that medicine more than ever right now after this beating. So let's see what's going on, because see, there's some breaking news that happened today that I'm rejoicing over.
195 voted that women do not have a right to contraception. Contraception. Again, women should know how disrespected they are.
You hear that? Contraception. And then again, women should know how disrespected they are. That's right. Yes, that should do it, shouldn't it? Talk about contraception and see how that, but yes. Why won't they vote for us for that? What are these people? Crazy? We don't need their votes anywhere. They're peasants. So let's see if she can sell us on contraception.
Because these are toadies. The Speaker of the House is a toady of Trump. We will win the House. Hakeem Jeffries will be the Speaker.
You see Nasty Pelosi prophesying? You see her prophesying? We will win the House. And whoever that black guy is that works for me, he will be the Speaker. Ran by me, of course, Nasty. So let's see how that all came to pass.
And that's going to be very important for women and for the future of our country, but also on January 6th, that he will have that gavel.
Now, you see the Red Baron? You see the Red Baron over there? You see her dressed like the devil over there, leaning in? Yeah. As she always does when Nancy Pelosi comes on the show. Sits back, let her vomit up all of these lies and predictions and stuff like that. So we better see how that aged.
We will win the House. Hakeem Jeffries will be the Speaker.
Hawker Jeffries? You telling me y'all want Hawker Jeffries to be the House Speaker? Nobody wants a hawker on the mic. If you come up there and you hawker on the mic, I'm not speaking. But they want Hawker Jeffries to be the House Speaker. Let's see.
Now with major breaking news and a race call to announce this evening, Decision Desk HQ can now project that Republicans will keep control of the House of Representatives.
Oh my, I do declare. Woo, that's music to my ears. Oh, it's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on. Do. It's a celebration. That's right, man. So wait a minute. All we do is win. So yeah, that about covers it. You know Nasty Pelosi screamed so loud in there with Paul those dentures shot out of her mouth. No, I can't believe it. My nasty powers didn't work. So, wow. Let me get this straight. They lost the House. Right now it's at 218 to 209. Probably should be bigger. You got to leave room for shenanigans. You got to leave room for that. I just can't understand how anybody that is on the same ticket as Trump and states that Trump won. I don't understand how anybody down ballot have lost to any of these Democrats. But somehow magically, some of these House races and Senate races end up like that. And I'm thinking, how'd that happen? I mean, most of the time, Republican and conservative voters are pretty intelligent enough to go right down the ballot. But nonetheless, I'm going to take this right here. So 218, ooh, and we got the Senate, and we got the White House, y'all. We rolling in the dough, man. And we got the Supreme Court. Boy, what should we do? What should we do first, y'all? What should we do? All right, so let's see how nasty it's taking it.
They will have at least 218 seats, Democrats at 209. So still another 10 or 11 seats to call. This is enormous. That means Republicans will control the House, the Senate, and the White House. That means a Republican majority leader in the Senate and now a Republican Speaker of the House.
Now, all we got to do is get them rhinos out of the way, and we might be able to just run the table. I told y'all this is what I wanted. I wanted the beating to be so bad that if this was a spades game, all the Democrats can do is participate. That's it. I want them sitting in those hearings, just sitting there swinging their legs, doing nothing, texting, playing on the phone. And then when they get a chance to say something, of course, virtue signal. This right here is racism. This shows that the patriarchal system, white nationalism, and this and this and that, and I oppose this. Yeah. Whatever you say matters not to us. We got the majority, okay? And we are going to run the table. Run it. There you go. You ain't even got to pay attention to your cards. Whatever somebody throw out, you just throw it out there like, I got nothing. And that's how it needs to be to get this agenda passed. We're putting people in the places that need to be to go ahead and implement Trump's agenda, especially, which really made my eyeballs get big as saucers. Tom Holden. Oh, yeah, man, that guy right there. Coming in off the bench, came out of retirement, y'all, to deal with this border situation. Yeah, as we have all of these governors and mayors and stuff, virtue signaling, talking about that we're going to fight him if he comes in here. I saw the governor of Illinois say, we're prepared to resist and fight with everything to protect my people. My people. And I'm thinking to myself, my people? Wait a minute. You're talking about Illinois, right? I mean, Trump is the president for all Americans. So why are you talking about protecting you're talking about the illegal immigrants. And see, that's the problem. That is why the Democrats got their butt spanked. Because they're looking at folks, everybody else, as their people except for their people. And that's the problem. So now we're putting key people in place. And hopefully those rhinos that are in the Senate, we put the right person as the head of the Senate. And Maybe Mike might feel a little more confident now. I don't know, since he ain't got the opposition and all of that stuff. Maybe he might show a little backbone we don't see. Well, I mean, we're going to see. But if we have to make some moves, we just have to make some moves. We can't afford nobody interrupting or sitting on the wheel when it comes down to implementing this. Now, somebody mentioned Carrie Lake. Yeah, word on the street is she lost. And I'm thinking, how in the world did that happen? How in the world did that happen? As popular as she is and beloved, and providing those shenanigans took place, which you got to always wonder. But, regardless, Trump should grab her up immediately. She's one of those players where you're like, all right, she's a free agent? Get her right now. Make the call. Get her in. So anyway, let's continue celebrating the fact that now we got the House and the Senate.
When Donald Trump takes office on January 20th.
Yes. Look at Nasty. Oh.
And we
Did y'all see Nasty almost break her ankles Here she is again.
When Donald Trump takes office on January 20th.
Easy, nasty. Oh! That's what you get when you're nothing but a bag of bones. All of that corruption and evil caught up to her. I wish she would have went ahead and sprained both ankles for about 10 yards trying to fight it from going down. Oh, God. Oh, no, wait. Oh, hell, keep it together, nasty. And at the end, just fall right on her big fat nose. So anyway, that didn't work out the way Nasty planned it. Now, you know, this right here is just crushing them. They don't know what to do. They're all sitting back somewhere going, man, this is the worst case scenario right here. I mean, we have no way to resist this guy. And he is already talking about how he's going to come in and dismantle all of these agencies. We don't know really what Trump is plotting. We don't know the strategy but he's meeting with Elon Musk like every day. We don't know what he's up to. And we have no secret spies right now that's in there listening to him. What is he gonna do? Rumor has it folks in the Pentagon and folks in the government are all scared. They're all scared. They need teddy bears and padded rooms and stuff to suffer from, Trump derangement syndrome. They should be. They should be afraid. So let's move on to some of the other people who suffer from Trump derangement syndrome. And of course, I'm going to take this moment to laugh at one guy in particular. Y'all remember this guy? Y'all remember?
We used to always say at the Trump org, the last guy in Trump's ear controls the brain.
Y'all see that? Y'all see this big fat liar? This corrupt dude right here, this sellout, this turncoat right here, this guy right here who is nothing but a capitalist, this crook, this liar, this thief, this dude right here. Let's see if we can make him eat all his words. This is what he's been reduced to, y'all.
And that's why he acts out with these ridiculous comments and making these absolutely stupid remarks.
What do you think happens to you if he wins?
Well, I'm out of here. I mean, I'm already working on a foreign passport with a completely different name.
Still lying. Man, the dude had to go big with that. Try to make it seem like Trump was a real existential threat. He's a real danger. Yeah, he's so dangerous that even before the election, this bum was out here saying that I'm working on a passport. I'm out of here. Shoot, I ain't gonna even wait around for the results. I already know what he gonna do. Now, do you think if Trump was really that dangerous, this would have happened?
I don't know how it's going to work as far as dealing with my wife and my children. I certainly don't want
Just
them
leave
moving
him. Just leave
to
him.
where I'm looking to go.
One, two, Trump's coming for you. 3, 4, you better shut the door. So let's see what this big fat meatball head here is up to now.
No problem. Wow, genius you are. Can we stop with that? I appreciate it. I don't like the stupid turkeys.
So put it back on him.
All right, let's just knock that stupid shit off, please.
No.
All right.
No.
I did. I said I was leaving, and then the following day, get that through your dumb heads. The following day, I turned around and I said,
put the turkey back up there, because that's what he is. He's a jive turkey. That's what he is. Oh boy, man. So he goes from, of course, being the president's fixer that he called himself, to now a guy who is on TikTok where people can berate him and put turkeys around his head and all of this stuff as he sits back lying to everybody talking about he was leaving. But now all of a sudden he's not. He sounds like all of these Hollywood folks. He sounds like all of these radical leftists that says, if Trump wins, I'm leaving and America sucks. And this, but they stick around. Isn't that odd how they all hang around? So let's finish looking at the turkey, because the people are having their way with this buffoon.
that there's no chance in the world that I'm leaving my country. Thank you very much. All right? I'm not leaving anyway. You leave.
Oh, now.
This is my country.
Oh, my country. Oh, man, he's prostituting himself online. Oh, man, he might as well be in a dunking booth right about now. I'm be honest with you. If I walk past him in the fair and I saw that guy right there in the dunking booth, I would take out a loan. I'd take out a loan just to go ahead and dunk him all night long. All right, I need $5,000. What? For what? To dunk this bum all night. It's $1 a ball. I would dunk him all night. So let's continue watching him make a fool of himself.
And I have every right, every single right. Would you turn around? Would you stop so we can?
No, don't stop.
2 seconds, I'm going to end up blocking this idiot.
No, don't block him. No, he's calling that guy idiot, y'all. Look at him. I gotta win that race. Since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. That dude right there. They done threw him on some glasses, and he looks like he's in the Grease movie. We're gonna bowl tonight. Oh yeah. So Michael, what is his name again? Cohen. Michael Cohen is out there being made fun of because he was supposed to leave the country, but once again, we found out that he was lying, and now he's sitting up here looking like Elvis Presley. But let's continue though. Oh man, how did he get here? Such a fall from grace. Oh my goodness, man. You know what? I got a good one. Just to watch him when he goes online and prostitute himself. Just so I can do stuff like this. Yeah, I would put a donkey's butt right on him. I would put everything I could. A pile of poop sitting on top of his head. Man, I'm telling you right now, I would have a field day. Who is this guy right here? He keeps putting his poop on my head. So let's continue though, because I couldn't let this one go. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to laugh at this one, brother.
Well, I'm out of here.
Look, I'm out of here.
I'm already working on a foreign passport with a completely different name. Mm-hmm. I don't know how it's going to work as far as dealing with my wife and my children. I certainly don't want them moving to where I'm looking to go.
Okay, turkey head. Okay, turkey head. Oh man, so the people in this chat was like, hey, Mikey, I thought you were leaving. Look here, I changed my mind. Why? Look, I changed my mind. Don't ask me any questions, okay? And getting mad at them. So he deserved all of those turkeys on his head. That's what he deserves, okay? And unfortunately, he's not leaving. We're all sad about that because I wanted him to leave. I, for one, wanted him to leave.
There's no chance in the world that I'm leaving my country. Thank you very much. All right? I'm not leaving anyway. You leave. This is my country.
My country. Put the turkey back. There it is.
He is so full of shit, this guy.
Yep, that's right. But wait, guys, we ain't done with them. We're not done with them right about now. Somebody said, what is his name? Michael Cohen? Oh, a few weeks ago. Look who else was getting in on it, y'all. Look who else was getting in on it.
I don't put anything past this guy. He thinks they're eating the cats and the dog.
Oh.
But am I going to worry about it? First of all, I'm not going to worry about it, Phil, because he's not going to win.
Oh. Now, you see Bill Maher Prophet Line 2? You see Schizophrenic Man? The dude that comes out, destroys the Democrats 1 second, then turns right around and talk about Trump right here is Hitler. He's an existential threat. No, wait. You can't call him Hitler. This guy's all over the place. Don't know if he want to be a pancake or a waffle. But now, he was sitting up here saying, today I want to be a waffle because I'm smoking weed with Dr. Phil and a Prophet Line.
I put my marker down on this last week. I am not even...
You said before, that's not going to do it. That's not going to do it. That's not going to do it. This time you said this.
Right. That's why I feel like I have credibility on this issue. I have been known as a Trump alarmist. And now I'm saying I'm not even nervous. I don't think it's going to be close.
Trump sweeping all 7 battleground states, lifting his total number of electoral college votes to 312, the most won by a GOP presidential candidate since 1988. That was before I graduated from high school.
It's going to be close.
Wrong, sir.
Oh my! You see that guy? He has to eat crow too. Somebody go get the crows. Get them all. I'm shoving them down Bill's throat. All the crows come this way. So here he is talking about it's not even going to be close. I'm not even worried this time. I'm not even worried. Some call me a Trump alarmist, but not this time. I think we got the formula figured out.
Wrong.
So you think he's just worn it out? You think people are just going to get fatigued?
Enough. I
Just
feel
category fatigue.
I mean, it's just going to be, we're talking about a few 100,000 people perhaps, but I think it's going to be a little closer than that. First of all, she's definitely going to win the popular vote, as Democrats almost always do now.
What? Boy, he's eating, he got to eat the whole, the feet, the beak, all of it. I mean, I tried to help him out. I was like, all right, just give him the meat. Somebody just give him the breast meat, okay? Oh, what? He just said we wasn't going to win the popular vote. Make him eat the bones now. We want to make him eat the bones. You know, and bird bones get all caught up in your throat too, see? So make him eat the bones. And he's still up here profit line? Get the feathers. Stick the feathers down his throat. And if he keeps lying, we're going to go ahead and stick the feet. Yeah, the crow feet down his throat. So there he is talking about first of all, he's not going to win the popular vote. Boy, I want to get invited to his nice, cool lounge right there so I can show him these clips and be like, remember you had said this?
Oh.
Let's flip it over and show you what the popular vote looks like right now. And you can see Trump right now with an outright majority of the popular vote, an advantage of more than 5 million votes nationally over Kamala Harris.
But I think she will win. I think he will, of course, go batshit insane as he always does and won't accept it. His followers, I think, I don't think their heart will really be in it.
You see, maybe it's the weed, but maybe he hasn't been paying attention to current events. Maybe he's not watching Trump's plane fly into cities and states and there's people lined up everywhere. Maybe he didn't see Trump at a McDonald's and thousands of people who couldn't even get into the McDonald's were lined up blocks down the street with signs up. Yeah, maybe he's not paying attention to the fact that through 2 impeachments, 4 indictments, all of these charges, 2 attempted assassinations, folks are still excited about Trump. Maybe he doesn't see when Trump comes into the UFC, the whole audience goes crazy. Maybe he doesn't watch football when they announce Trump up there in the box and the whole crowd start going, USA, USA. Did he really think that all of us just said, man, I'm over the whole Trump thing and all of this and this and that? I mean, this guy right here, it's the weed. I'm going to go ahead and chalk it up to the weed or whatever he's drinking or something.
As it was in 2020.
Just check this out compared to what happened 4 years ago. Trump won here by less than 6 points in 2020. He more than doubled that margin in Texas.
Holy moly.
Holy moly.
Oh my God. But I think for most people, it's just fatigue.
It's fatigue.
Yes, I think it's time.
We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy?
We don't get tired. That's the whole point. We don't get tired because there's too much at stake for fatigue, bruh. It's no time to lay down and say, go on without me. If you are an American citizen who love your country and you've been paying attention to current events, you know right now we were at DEFCON 5. If that chick would have got in, I was talking to somebody today while I was riding around on the man truck. Got a call from a friend of mine in Cincinnati, former teacher. And I've been meaning to call you. I'm like, yeah, what's up? What do you want to talk about? And she went into all of the talking points. And I had to give her the business. I'm like, everything you're saying is ignorant. Pure ignorant. Y'all just can't accept the fact that they ran a raggedy candidate who was a shell, who was an empty suit after y'all stole the election for, or at least the campaign from Joe Biden. And y'all have horrible policies and you want to blame it on racism. You want to bring up Trump's, all of his indictments and what he has said back, the Hollywood Access tape. How could you vote for somebody like that? I'm like, get out of my face with that garbage. You're trying to pretend that I'm supposed to vote for Kamala Harris because she got the moral high ground over Trump. When I see what this woman has not done, not what she has done, what she hasn't done. She's done nothing Plus, her moral compass is all blew out. It's shattered. That's if she even has one. And so I gave her an earful on that truck to the point where it went silent. I broke down stats to her. See, this is the problem with their voters. They're completely all emotion. She was throwing out everything that was emotional. How could you vote for him? He's a sexist. He's a misogynist. He's been indicted and this and that. I'm like, for what? I asked, why was he indicted? What did they indict him? What's the charges? And I heard her typing, Googling it. It says here, he was charged for this and this and that. I mean, what did he's been impeached twice. What was he impeached for? Shoot. Okay, I know what you know what though? What about all these illegal immigrants that he's trying to send back and this and that? And I'm going, yeah, what about them? The ones that got shoved into all of these black neighborhoods up in Chicago and New York, yeah, where they're paying all of these folks, giving them money and resources. I lit her up. I love her, but I had to give it to her, man. Had to give it to her. And my partner on the truck was sitting there like, dang! I was like, you're darn right. I don't play around with these people, man. This was serious business. We were facing a major issue if this woman would have been installed. So no, it was no time for no dang on fatigue. Talking about, I think it's just fatigue. It's just fatigue. Nope, not for us. So let's move on though, because some people are out there trying to figure things out and cope. Look at this, guys. Remember this? MSNBC.
All the anticipation, all the excitement, all the anxiety, all the doom scrolling, all the manic refreshing of polls.
Y'all see the cow who's gone mad? Oh, she's out there with that big fat nose. Excited at first. All of the excitement, all of that. She came out there like, oh, check one. I get stupid. I shoot an arrow like Cupid. So let's see how the cow's mood changed throughout that night. They were all excited at first.
Polling averages, it has all been leading to this hour. And we know you have every choice in the world for where to spend tonight. So we're really grateful that you're spending it with us. And we hope you'll be with us through the duration.
And I wish I would have got an invite on their set. Because I would have been quiet the whole night until I start seeing them lose. Sitting over in the corner like, and then you start hearing it nice and soft at first. Na 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 boo boo. 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 And go to work on them with na 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 boo boos all over the place. So Kevin, what do you think about tonight's election? I'll reserve my opinion until later. Na 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 boo boo. So let's see how things went.
How's everybody doing? First time voting?
Yes.
You guys doing okay too?
Yes, we're doing great. Come la la la.
You're gonna win. You're gonna be a
That's who
star.
you're gonna vote for, but I didn't need to.
Come la la la.
Come la 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 la.
First time voting. As you know, this is where the Harris campaign wants to drive up the numbers to sort of counteract that T in the middle of Pennsylvania to counteract the rural votes that the Trump campaign is expected to get.
And so what you've seen in the last couple of weeks, if this is an audition for managing a complex organization like the United States, Kamala Harris has passed the audition flawlessly. This has been, in many ways, a perfect campaign. And what the campaign is talking about now is the...
You see the blueberry? You see the blueberry over there? Yeah, sitting there talking and breaking it down. She get paid millions of dollars to get out there and spew this garbage. Don't know what she's talking about. Don't know what she... That's why the ratings have collapsed. Sitting over there talking about what she has done.
granular get out the vote effort that you just don't see on the other side.
You just don't see that on the other side. Now, is there any other profession you could be so bad at your job and still get paid all this money? I don't understand. No wonder the ratings have collapsed. Apparently, when you are Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, you can be horrible at your job and still get paid too. But there they are up here breaking it down, talking about their predictions for tonight's event. And, you know, they just don't see it on the other side. They don't see it on the other side. Yeah.
Other side, you're seeing Charlie Kirk going on X Twitter this morning and begging people to vote.
The last week has been a very good close for Kamala Harris, not a good close for Donald Trump. He hasn't been able to fill the rallies. He's adult. He has racist comedians opening, whatever. It's been a trashy week for Donald Trump.
A few moments later.
But it sounds like the Harris campaign is sort of keeping things tight in terms of whether or not they're going to string people along into thinking this is going to happen.
That nose is getting crookeder and crookeder.
Okay, it appears that the Harris campaign is keeping things tight.
Yeah, they weren't keeping things tight. They knew it was over. They knew it was over before it started. They were just milking it, running it out, beating all of these donors for their money. They knew the internal polling showed that they was getting smashed. And then they blew through $1 billion and now they're like $20 million in debt. How'd that happen? But yet you want to put her in control of the whole government? I heard she was just, signing checks out there. Didn't even check the budget. Don't worry, Kamala, we're taking care of things. Okay, we still got money, right? All right, so could you pay this man? Yeah. About that. What? Yeah. Well, where'd all the money go? Well, that's just it. Lizzo, then there was Beyonce, don't forget Oprah. Oh, and then the set you wanted built, instead of taking your butt to go there for that garbage interview and all of that stuff. Yeah, those things, that's where it all went. But yet, she wants to be responsible for the budget, the economy. Are you kidding me? So now let's continue though, because right about now, their party is starting to turn. Yeah, they're about to get the Kerry treatment, y'all, with the red wave instead of the blood. They're getting a red wave dumped on them right here in their own party.
What they went to that venue tonight hoping to see and witness was a historic election of Kamala Harris to the president.
And what they ended up witnessing is a bloodbath. That's right. They ended up witnessing a historical butt whooping. That's what they witnessed. It was historic. It was so brutal, people couldn't look away. Sitting there like, holy I should feel bad watching this. But I don't. So let's continue.
Was the end of the Trump era as they knew it. And so we don't know the outcome yet, but that is not what they are receiving. And
no, you know the outcome. You knew what the outcome is right there at that moment. Everybody on this set looks like they're sucking a lemon. All of them look like evil parrots in a cage. Got all dressed up for nothing. Oh, look at them. Oh, yeah, we're going out there. We're going to have us a watch party tonight. Boy, I can't wait to celebrate the first female president. And now look at them, all dressed up for nothing.
They're being told to go home and wait till tomorrow.
Nothing that was true yesterday about how flawlessly this campaign was run is not true now. I mean, this really was an historic, flawlessly run campaign.
You get paid for that? Flawlessly. What is considered flawlessly in your eyes? Blowing through $1 billion and no account for it? Is that flawless? The fact that you raised a whole bunch of money and hung out with Liz Cheney, one of the most unpopular, unlikable people on the planet. The fact that you repeated the same phrases over and over again. Listen, I was brought up in a middle-class family. The fact that every event that you went to was staged, coordinated, scripted. You mean like that? The fact that you couldn't do an off-script interview or press conference? Flawless. Flawless. I mean, and listen to why she said it was flawless.
Yeah, Queen Latifah never endorses anyone.
Queen Latifah, man. Queen Latifah never endorses anybody. So that right there should have turned it. That should have turned it right there. Do you see how shallow and superficial and stupid these people are? And they get paid this much money to be stupid. To be stupid and racist. That's it. She actually brought up Queen Latifah. These are some of the very reasons that they stunk it up. Nobody wants people like Queen Latifah, people like Beyonce, and all of them coming out to tell us what we should do and how we should vote. Nobody wants that mess. So you spend all that money on fame and fortune and all of these people co-signing and doing performances and mess like that. And now what do you have to show for it? Enough team. But it was flawless. It was flawless, according to the Blueberry.
I mean, she had every prominent celebrity voice. She had the Swifties.
And that's why she lost.
Like, you could not have run a better campaign in Western Europe.
That is exactly why she lost. Totally clueless. Absolutely clueless. When you see them folks get up there, I'm going, the Democrats at it again, huh? Trying to wow us with all of the bells and whistles. Trying to get us with the, hey, don't worry about the substance, okay? You know what they did? They ran a cotton candy campaign. That's what I'm calling it. It was a cotton candy campaign. And the thing about cotton candy is it looks big. I remember going to the fair when I was a kid. Mama, can I get some of that cotton candy? You know how much that cotton candy? That's 25 cents. You think I got 25 cents for that cotton candy? Boy, you know what? You better eat all this cotton candy. Okay, you ain't even ate nothing today. And first thing you gonna put in your stomach is cotton candy. It's a lot though. It's a lot. Because that cotton candy gonna fill me up. It looks big. Looks big. Soon as you bite into it, air, gone. Just like that. Yeah. They get swirl that mess around and your eyes get big and you like, look at it. It's beautiful, isn't it? Oh man, I'm gonna enjoy this. And it's gone just like that. There's no substance to it. So she had a cotton candy campaign. No substance. So let's finish hearing them. Their celebration turned into a pity party.
Europe and in the UK and in the Middle East, people are waking up to this.
Oh, and they are.
I've gotten people from Western Europe who are extraordinarily alarmed and terrified.
Yeah, they should be. Because the champ is back. The champ is here. The champ is here. They should be. No more pimping America for all of the money. Listen, we were thinking that America can give another $3 trillion to the climate. No, you're not getting no cheese. What is that doing for us? Next. I'm here to ask for it. No more handouts. Yeah, new sheriff in town.
May I reiterate, there are 2 of the 7 swing states that have been called by NBC News right now, which is Georgia and North Carolina.
Let's take away their hope. Let's see the moment that their hope went right out the window. Yeah, they had that hope sitting on the windowsill, like, don't worry, there's still North Carolina. And there's still Pennsylvania, right? There's their hope.
None of the other 5 states have been called. At this point, you can see this is the battleground states: Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, the so-called blue wall. None of those states called by NBC News. In the swing state of Pennsylvania, NBC News now projects that presidential contest has been won by Donald Trump.
Boy, it almost sounded like the wind went right out of her. Has been won by Donald Trump. Like somebody punched her right in her diaphragm, right in her solar plexus. Has been won by Donald Trump. Sitting there with that hope. Like, don't worry, we still got hope. Give me that. Man, see? Took it right from him. Oh, man, I tell you. I mean, should we feel bad? Should we feel bad for laughing at him? Nah.
It presents an insurmountable future here for Kamala Harris.
It's looking bleak.
Democratic ticket. Let's watch as Trump takes the stage in Palm Beach, Florida.
Look what happened. Is this crazy?
It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy.
Boy, it's going to be a real tough speech for her.
Yeah, it is. It is. Oh, man. Boy, I tell you, all of them sitting there, man, like, you got to be kidding me. This was a blowout. This wasn't no nail biter. It wasn't like, oh, yo, man, we got upset tonight. I mean, we was planning to win, and then they won by just a nail biter. But, guys, the other day we were trying to do an autopsy. And the true sign of a champ is how they respond after a loss. Okay. Trump, after not losing, but somehow miraculously having it removed from him the second term, he bounced back. This man, it's almost like he never missed a beat, kept campaigning, kept, reaching out to us, letting people know that, hey, stand and fight, and all that stuff, and then overcame all of this crap and came back. But now they lost. See? And I'm wondering, are they able to go back and say, all right, let's watch the film? Or are they going to send people like this nasty, stinking, ugly chick right back out? Because we're still over in the toilet bowl network right now, because that's why the ratings are dying. And I hope they go out of business. See, you can't have a show like this. I think hers dropped like 54%, something like that. You can't have a show like this after Kamala Harris just got her butt dusted and now she's pretty much irrelevant as the race baiter. You can't have a show like this with her coming right out afterwards and saying this.
And even in a normal time, when an election goes sideways, it is tempting to feel kind of dumb for having ever believed that the change you dreamed of was possible at all.
No, not kind of dumb. You are dumb. You are the dumbest of the dumb. That's right. You right there are a walking box of rocks. The kind of dumb? Are you kidding me? Completely dumb. But she's going to blame it on just, you know what? I mean, I don't even know what I was thinking. It is America, the white nationalistic country that allows me to sit on a set every night, ugly as I can be. That should be the first crime. They shouldn't put nobody on TV that's ugly. That's the first thing they should do. They should be like, you're too ugly for film. I'm sorry. You're going to need to get a face transplant if you want to make it in this business. But nonetheless, they put her ugly mug up there every day with her ugly attitude and her ugly language and her ugly racism and all of this. And she gets paid millions of dollars to tell white people that you're racist. That's what she gets paid. But yet, you know what? It was too much for me to think that in this country, even though Barack Obama was the president twice and all of that stuff, but that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So let's finish hearing this ugly woman spew out more ugly stuff.
I mean, who are we to believe that America would ever elect a woman, let alone a black and Asian woman as its president? I mean,
no, let alone a dumb one, because Kamala is so stupid. Yeah, don't look confused. That wasn't the issue. Big old fat light bulb head. You see this Christmas bulb head looking confused?
And sure, Mexico just did it, but not us. We're America. We don't do these things. Hey, I just want to give some free advice to...
Oh, God. Now, this is the real... Well, the other one was ugly, too. But this right here is really showing how big the face is and the nose. So now she's giving us free advice, y'all. How do you keep your job on TV and you're saying stuff like this?
The white progressives, particularly white progressive women who may be thinking about marching against the Trump victory, maybe putting back on the pure hats and doing that thing. I would just say probably don't send any of those invites to any black women you know. I'm just going to tell you right now, they're not coming. I'm pretty sure black women have resigned from the Save America Coalition, Save Democracy Coalition, and definitely the Save the Democratic Party Coalition. I think that's probably not happening. I would just keep those invites maybe among your own friends.
Now, she should be on the chopping block. I mean, they might have tolerated her getting out there, throwing out all kind of racism, coming up with the craziest accusations and narratives. But now, it sounds to me as if she has turned on liberal white women and on the Democrat Party. So what good is she? Why is she still on the squad? Y'all brought her in to be the designated race baiter for the Democrat Party. Y'all brought her in to be the toilet bowl. Y'all brought her in to do nasty things that other people won't do. And now she's talking about y'all can't rely on black women to save the Democrat Party and you white liberal women. All of these women. Now, this woman is truly a dummy. This is how you self-sabotage. I mean, what is it about her that they keep her around? I just don't understand. This is fascinating to me. Maybe they're scared that they're going to be called racist if they cut her loose. But she is damaged goods, man. So as they're downsizing because of their ratings, hopefully she gets taken out in the dumpster too. Maybe she gets taken out too.
Because I don't think they're coming. But yeah, I think black women are now on the Save Black Women, Prioritize Black Men, and Prioritize Black Communities, Black Businesses, and the black spaces. But Save America, Save the Democratic Party. Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
Yeah, but now you're irrelevant. You're irrelevant. And keep that up, Joy. I think that's a good message. There you go. Keep doing those little clips and videos like that at home. See, because then you're going to end up like Don Lemon at home, doing videos in your bathroom. And look at this guy, y'all. Another race baiter. Listen to this guy. Listen to this fool cope.
This sense, right, that whiteness, right, is under threat. The demographic shifts. The country isn't all of these racially ambiguous children on Cheerios commercials.
Yeah, that's his political analysis of what happened. Whiteness is in threat. They scared y'all because of all these ambiguous children on the cereal boxes and stuff. Went right back to it. Right back to the well. Man, I just ate these chitlins and they make me sick as a dog. Oh, God. Let me get a bite of those chitlins. You see how dumb these people are? No self-awareness. Dude, you just told me, dude, you've been pooping for 3 days straight. I mean, it's coming out of both ends. It's unbelievable, man. And you still want to eat those chitlins? Yes. See, but this is how they're going to continue to get their butts beat.
Are confusing the hell out of me. They voted for a crook.
A crook.
A person who they know is stealing from, just doing everything to undermine the so-called country that they love.
Not the Democrats. Not Joe Biden collected all kind of money from foreign countries and nothing happened to him. Not to mention his crackhead son, creepy in the crackhead enterprises. Not to mention all of that. Not to mention the fact that these Democrats have laid all of these stinking funky charges on Trump that were complete lawfare, and we all saw it, and that's why we voted for him. See, this is what he don't understand. The person I was talking to on the phone today, they just don't get it. I'm like, why do you think all of these people came out and voted for him? Do you think all of these people were just dumb and overlooked the fact, because she brought up the fact that, well, look, he got 33 and, went right down the script. He got 4 indictments and all these charges. He's a convicted felon. And y'all voted for him? I said, why do you think we did that? Could it be that we know he's not really a convicted felon? Could it be that we know that these were trumped up charges, no pun intended? I mean, or are we just all stupid? Are all of the rest of the country, more than half the country, all of us, for some reason, we just like, what do you mean? I don't even know what charges mean. I don't know, what do you mean, convicted felon? How he did what? Let's just vote for him anyway. No, we know how he became all of these things that they have labeled him to be. And this fool gets out here and tries to belittle our intelligence by saying, and they voted for him anyway. Absolutely. That's exactly why we voted for him. Because of bums like you who are pushing these type of lies, and somebody let me at him. That's all I got to say. Somebody let me at him so I can first start off talking about those ugly blue lenses that he got around his stinking eyes.
President Trump got exactly the same number of votes that he got in 2020.
Oh, look at this owl. Y'all see this owl? Whoo. This white snow owl. Sitting up there with those big glasses. So now here she is with this frosty on top of her head, talking about that Trump got the same amount of votes. Now watch her walk right into a revelation, and she's going to misinterpret the revelation. Here we go.
So there wasn't a growing of the number of people who voted for him. What Democrats have to look at is why is it that 10 million of our voters stayed home? Why they didn't? Where were they?
Exactly. That's where they were. Right there. That's why they didn't come out this time. They had a hard time getting out of that grave. It's close to midnight. Something's evil lurking in the dark.
As we try.
Y'all see that? She's like, and what they need to find out is why did 10 million Democrats stay home? Yeah. Keep asking those questions. You're getting somewhere. These are questions we've been having for the last 3.5, 4 years. Yeah, where all those votes come from? Yeah, all of a sudden, all those people just retired from voting. I mean, we just lost 10 million American voters. That's it. We're retired. You didn't know you couldn't vote after 50. That we're done. Unbelievable. What they need to ask is where all these 10 millions of votes. Yeah, that's exactly where they came from. We know that they was out there grave digging, grave robbing. All right. So let's see. We have Aaron Burr. All right. He's going to be voting for Joe Biden. All right. Who else? Billy the Kid. You probably shouldn't put his last name as the Kid. Whatever. Just nobody will check it in. Billy the Kid. We got Long John Silver. All right. Just write names. Anybody. Uh-oh. Now she done went and got some yellow. Y'all see the canary? She's back with one of the worst, segments ever. She's not done. She didn't get fired yet. I would have thought she'd have went in after that personal video she made and been fired. So now here she comes out here with the worst makeup job I've ever seen. I'm a man, and I could do her makeup better than that. They need to fire everybody on that set. Somebody go get me some house paint so I could go to work on her face. I ain't giving her no blush. I ain't trying to give her no smoky eyes. I'm just going to dip it in some house paint and start slapping her with the brush. It'll look better than what it looks here. Man, she looked like she just took some binoculars and put them right there with her, those circles around her eyes.
Try to unpack exactly what happened in last week's election and how Donald Trump won. There's one particularly disingenuous argument that has emerged.
I think one of the losers here is condescending identity politics.
We constantly try to parse out different ways of speaking to different cohorts because our focus groups or our polling shows that so-and-so appeals to such and such.
Words of wisdom. You would think the big ugly canary would take the words of wisdom.
That's not how normal people think it.
The dominance of identity politics on the left, which made it push for all kinds of DEI policies that largely came out of the urban academic bubble, but alienated many mainstream voters.
Now, here she is. Let's see. Now, these were all people from her squad saying this. They were able to do a little reflection and say, wow, maybe we went a little heavy on the identity politics, but not her. Here she comes out there and got the nerve to have a part in that little teeny blonde afro. It looked like somebody put a Brillo pad on top of that head right there. Somebody went and got some crazy glue and stuck Brillo pads right there on that head. Got the nerve to put a part in it, combed it in too. Didn't even get it cut in. Combed that part in. So now here she is about to go ahead and address this whole identity politics thing. And let's see what she says.
The idea that identity politics was the problem for Democrats is laughable, considering it wasn't Vice President Kamala Harris who relentlessly focused on race or gender, either her own or anyone else's. That would be Donald Trump.
Complete denial. Doubling down on the stupidity. I take another shot of stupid, please. You had enough. No, don't tell me when I had enough, okay? You're not the boss of me. I said I want some more stupid. Now you give me some stupid or else keep going ahead and shoving stupid right down her throat. Let her go ahead and drink stupid to death. So now she's saying that it's not Kamala Harris and the Democrats with identity politics. It's Trump and all of them. And here's her examples.
In fact, it was Trump and his running mate, J.D. Vance, who ran an identity politics entire campaign focused on men.
On men? Just on men. Boy, they come up with anything. They come up with anything, man. So, dude, man, what happened to you, man? We came to see you fight. How you gonna get knocked out and woken up in the same round? Somebody hit you, knocked you out, and hit you again and woke you back up. We've never seen that happen. Put you to sleep and woke you up at the same time. And yet here you are telling me, the reason I lost because something was in my eye. I've been suffering from the sniffles all week. I wasn't really at my best. And then right when I was about to throw a punch, man, the light from up in the ceiling, man, it blinded me and stuff. Next, it went from the light to a big black head right to my eyeball. That's what I saw. It went from light to darkness, just like that. I saw the light, then it got dark, and then I woke back up again after it hit me again. That's what happened. That's what had happened. So here she is talking about, no, it wasn't us. It wasn't us. It was Trump and all of them. Here's some examples.
What identity do you know? I mean, Trump did walk out to the song, "It's a Man's World" at the Republican convention. And again...
Yeah, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. She forgot that line. This is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing. So now here she is. He did walk out to "It's a Man's World." Woo. I mean, you see how they try to make something into nothing? She's really pushing it. You could tell everything about her is fake, is evil. She is just stinking all over the place with that big yellow, looking like a banana that got loose.
All the focus on identity politics came from Trump and Vance, not Democrats.
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black.
Wait a minute, Banana Peel. Why did you cut the beginning of that off? Somebody take that banana peel and throw it in the trash because it's useless. So you didn't show the part. You didn't show the part where the lady opened up like, you've called her this and that. Is it because she's a black woman? You just think Trump started off like that? See, the banana peel haven't learned. Still using manipulation, propaganda, and identity politics, as she just told white women, don't even worry about calling us.
Effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies.
And I mean, the only demographic that kind of grew with Kamala Harris was unmarried, single women without children. I'm just saying. I'm just, educated, middle to upper class, but I'm just saying.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats.
Is that identity
We're talking
politics?
a lot about.
He's talking about the dogs and the cats? Is they included in identity politics? He's talking, looks at him, he's bad-mouthing cats and dogs. What is, she just playing clips, hoping that she could make these clips make sense in her audience's head and make it seem like somehow these statements are them using identity politics for men.
Venezuela, because Aurora is really infected by Venezuela, but they're coming from all countries.
There's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah, I think it's called Puerto Rico.
We will get critical race theory and transgender insanity the hell out of our school.
And you know what's crazy about the clip that the banana peel just played? Trump saying we're going to get critical race theory and all of this stuff out of the schools. And guess what? That is addressing identity politics, getting that woke mess out of schools, getting identity politics out of schools. Like the clip I saw today where the teacher got mad and had the kid sit out of the room because he had a MAGA hat on. And they're fussing at the kid. You know what? I voted for my daughters and their reproductive rights. You got babies. You got like little girls and stuff. You talking about reproductive rights? What are you talking about? But he sent the kid out. Yeah, we don't want that kind of garbage in schools. But Trump's talking about getting rid of it. You don't see Trump when he goes into a different audience talk about, you know what, y'all? How y'all doing? Down here in the South. Sure is good to be down here in Alabama. You don't see him doing that. Then go up to New York, talks like this. Yo, man. Yo, B, you ready to go? Go over the thing on Pittsburgh, talking about, you know what? Somebody get the phone. Anybody? Somebody get the phone. He don't do that. No, but Kamala does.
Kamala is for they, them. President Trump is for you.
The thing that I'm grappling with.
She didn't show no examples that really made us look bad. It made us look good. It's the very clips that she showed is really proving our point. They hired all of those crazy looking folks right there. For what? Identity politics. Let's see it again. There you go. There you go. That right there is a bundle of identity politics. And one of them didn't make it. Y'all see it right here? What was the name of that clown on it? Yeah, that dude right there never made it. And then you got this woman right here. This woman, man right there. Whatever that is right there. Pennywise. So we got Pennywise and we got this thing right here. That's identity politics. But let's continue though. Because the Democrats were able to say we got the most woke weirdos in our administration ever.
It's for they, them.
And then, guys, here we are. Identity politics, right? Trump is using identity politics. They put a clip in here with Trump standing right here, sitting right there. And look at all of look at that. All that sapphire right there. Look at all that mocha right there. I can't believe he's sitting next to all of those blacks. Can't believe it. But yet, here she is thinking she got us. But wait a minute, y'all. It ain't over yet. You know who's about to come out and express themselves. Wait a minute. Me. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Let me go up a couple octaves, okay? All right. This is too much bass right here. Let me go. Wait. I might as well just whistle. Because you know who's coming out? Tight knees. No bass is back.
President Trump is for you.
The thing that I'm grappling with is that someone was elected who ran a campaign that was openly hostile. Openly racist, xenophobic, misogynistic.
And all of that. Openly hostile, xenophobic, misogynistic, and not to mention, he got supporters out there that's always laughed at me because I got no bass in my voice. I got no bass in my voice. Come on, he got no bass. How low can you go? Death row? Well, brother, no. So now no bass. Tight knees is getting some counseling from a priest. He had to consult a priest. Tell me, Father, what should I do? How can I get some bass back in my voice? My son, it's over. There's no way to get that bass back. You were born bassless. I'm sorry. Prayers won't bring no bass back for you, buddy. So now let's see no bass as he gets a confession in to the priest about how sensitive he is.
Transphobic. Everything.
All of
and
that.
yet now, the election's over. Folks accept the results. But now, how do we move forward when we know that have people in their families who voted for him?
Easily. We move forward because we got some sense, man. How do we move? These people are so fragile. Boy, I tell you, man, if we were in the wild, they'd all get eaten. It's unbelievable. But now he's acting. He's trying to make it seem like this is a crisis. I could see if, we got hit with a nuclear bomb and how do we move forward? I mean, shoot, half the country's missing and there's smoke and there's all kind of radiation. I can see it if the grid goes down. How do we move forward? We're back in the dark ages. This is crazy. I don't know how to catch a chicken or, skin nothing. What am I going to eat? This guy's talking about how do we move forward now that misogyny, people voted for misogyny and white supremacists and xenophobia. Wait, let me go down my list. Xenophobia, homophobia, like it's alphabet. Xenophobia, homophobia, all of that. So now that's what he's talking about. How do we move forward? How did you get to work? All those obstacles, tight knees. I know it's tough to walk with your knees together. Wait a minute. I can't move too fast because my knees is touching. But tight knees somehow managed to negotiate his way to work. How'd he do it? Look at that. Look at this, the wind is blowing. Look at these cars I might get hit. How do I move forward? Suck it up, Buttercup.
They work with people who voted for him. They live next to people who voted for him.
So that means that families should break up and they shouldn't even talk to each other and stuff like that. Because every time I go home, they always be laughing at me because I ain't got no bass in my voice and stuff like that. And when I start talking to them, they be like, who's whistling? Who's whistling? Oh, it's just tight knees, no bass. Let's continue.
What do you... Look at the priest. How should we deal with those neighbors, co-workers, family members?
Yeah, I bet you're thinking we need to put them in concentration camps, right? Yeah, that's what we need to do. They're all white supremacists, xenophobes, homophobes that I just went down the list. Yeah, they're all Nazis. Yeah, let's just go ahead and throw them off of a cliff. Yeah, they're all trash. They're garbage, like Joe Biden said. Now here he is suggesting, and this only comes from liberals. He's suggesting that because of the majority of the country obviously rejecting their lies and narratives, first of all, rejecting identity politics, rejecting the Democrat policies, rejecting all the manipulation, the gaslighting, because of more than half the country did that. This guy is suggesting that it should come between relationships. Because how could somebody
have a relationship with somebody who's voted for misogyny and white supremacy and white nationalism and all of these things. You see how evil these people are? Do we get on TV and we say this stuff? Do conservatives suggest that relation? After I got off the phone with my friend, I was like, I love you though anyway. That was it. You know, I still love you, but I just disagree with you. That's simple. My dad was a Democrat. We would have it out at the table and I'd be like, love you, Dad. There it is. But them people all over TikTok, I'm not talking to my family. I'm not going home for Christmas. And you know what? If you guys have anybody in your family who voted for the white supremacists, all of that crap comes from people just like Tight Knees No Base, pumping that garbage into the ears of American citizens. And I don't even know how they can hear him. Dang on it, with that high voice. You hear some, man, my ear ringing or something, man. What's going on? Oh, my fault. There's Tight Knees No Base over there talking.
How do you interact with people who you know voted for this?
You see this?
Right? If you are an LGBTQ person and you know someone in your family voted essentially against your rights.
Now you see the gobbling? So now their fallout plan is to go ahead and divide the country even more. By suggestion, how could you even interact with family members who voted against you? Because see, it's only about us. It's only about us. It's about what we feel. Man, I wish somebody would talk about Kev, man. I can't be down with you, dog. Cause bye. That's it, man. Bye. Are you kidding me? You're gonna let this crap come between us? Peace. It must have not been that strong in the first place. But here she is, pushing this on TV. And look who they're platforming.
You're a woman, knowing that, this man was calling people the B word. J.D. Vance was literally calling Kamala Harris the trash and said, we're going to take out the trash. I know a lot of Black women were incredibly triggered by that. And if you...
Incredibly triggered by that. You hear the goblin? Still pushing some stuff. They're incredibly true. And calling people the B word and all this
You then
stuff.
meet somebody and they voted for the people who called you trash. Or if you're Puerto Rican, and someone voted that way, do you recommend, just from a psychological standpoint, being around them? We got the holidays coming up.
And you got the Grinch right here staring us in the face. She's a mean one. You see her with the Grinch outfit? That green on right there? And all she needs is just the hair over the top. You're looking at the Grinch right there. She's a mean one, Mrs. Grinch. With that receding hairline. Somebody go and find it. The hairline done bounced. Go get that hairline. But now let's see this lady come out and suggest something right on national TV to ruin Christmas for dummies.
So I love that you asked this question because, there is a push, I think just a societal norm that if somebody is your family, that they are entitled to your time. And I think the answer is absolutely not. So if you are going into a situation where you have family members, where you have close friends who have voted in ways that are against you, like what you said, against your livelihood. And it's completely fine to not be around those people and to tell them why, to say, I have a problem with the way that you voted because it went against my very livelihood and I'm not going to be around you this holiday. I need to take some space for me.
But when they all allegedly voted Joe Biden in, and we all just simply took stickers and said, hey, don't blame me. I voted for Trump. That's it. That's about the most. Put stickers up there talking about Joe Biden did that. I did that. We didn't say, you know what, I'm not coming home for Christmas because you voted against my livelihood. My 401k just plummeted. Look at all of the bills that went up. You voted against me being able to decide to not get the vaccination or not. You voted against that. You voted in people that threatened my job. And I had no choice, so I had to get the shot. I didn't want to get the shot, but you voted in people who forced me to get the shot. You voted in people who, for some reason, I go to the Capitol and I'm just walking around the perimeter. And somehow the FBI shows up at my crib a year later talking about, you were at the Capitol, you're a trespasser / insurrectionist / Nazi / extremist / terrorist. Yeah, you voted for that. You voted to bring in millions and millions of illegal immigrants into the neighborhoods. Do you think that all of these folks that's impacted by that, some of the folks, unfortunately, that lost their lives, are they saying, you know what, lady, you voted for that. My daughter's gone now because you voted for that.
What about all the parents who lost their kids in that bombing that took place in that debacle over in Afghanistan? You voted for that. See, but here she is talking about you voted against my your what? My freedoms, my reproductive rights. You still can reproduce if you want. What are you talking about? You know what I mean when I say reproductive rights. I ain't talking about no having babies. We don't like that. We don't have babies. When we say reproductive rights, we talking about getting rid of babies. That's what we talking about. Well, why don't you say that? Trying to package it up and make it sound all nice and stuff. Reproductive rights and our freedoms. And mad about it. If people didn't vote our way, they're not in. You know what? That is why they lost. Get them out of here. I hope they just shrink more and more and more to where they are just a small fringe in our society. A small fringe. That's what we need to get back to. We need to squeeze all of the wokeness, condense that mess through using sanity and common sense in our society. To the point where it ain't even cool to be spewing stupidity like this out in public. It ain't even cool to be talking about that. Well, you know what? Trans women should be women. They're women too. You're sitting back, man, don't be saying that out loud like it used to be. It's no longer cool for you to be talking about these kids right here have rights to go ahead and if they feel something on the inside, it got to get back to where all of society is going. What did you just say? Hey guys, hey, come here, everybody, come over here. This weirdo right here just suggested the kids. That's where it needs to get to where these people right here start going, we got to go underground with our craziness. Got to go underground. But they're not going to learn from it.
I actually talked to, adults as well as advising parents for children. I mean, I think, I don't think that you should force children. I don't think you should force adults to be around people just because they're your family. I think there's a level of need to establish boundaries. And if you feel like you need to establish boundaries with people, whether they're your family or not, I think you should very much be entitled to do so. And I think it may be essential for your mental health.
For your mental health. Now, I got a secret to tell them, y'all. Nobody cares if you come or not. Most likely the party will be better without you. I mean, they think more highly of themselves than they should. Nobody wants a bleeding heart radical liberal in the party. I can't think of one scenario, with the exception of us having a capping session or a debate, where I want to invite a whole bunch of radical liberals, not just moderates, not just people who might disagree. I'm talking about they're so radical, where they're mad at you because of the way you voted. If you're on that level, you don't need to be going to no party anyway. Except the pity party amongst all of you. Y'all can sit around, lick each other's wounds, complain, talk about how much racism, sexism, xenophobia is all around and why y'all lost because of the patriarchal system and all of the injustice and the atrocities and the indigenous folks. Y'all can sit around and do that. But normal people don't want you at the picnic, man. Here I am, throw a couple pig feet on top of the grill, and what are you talking about? You know what? I mean, what if you were a pig? And you know what? I mean, why do you have to call the pig pig? Why can't the pig just be called a person of lesser humanistic characteristics? And then why did you all of this? And this right here is a symbol of racism because back in the day, the slaves would eat the pig's feet, and then right now you're perpetrating that. And I'm going, how about you get out of here before I shove this pig's foot up your butt? Now go. Nobody got time to have you there as the woke police pooping on the party. But now, guys, we done went from MSNBC. We're going to end with CNN, y'all. They went crazy too. They're trying to cope. Let's see how they cope.
So speaking of policy, your campaign flooded the airwaves in the battleground states and on national cable, even on networks and streaming during NFL games with
what?
Ads specifically focused on a trans issue.
Well, you see the new tactic now? Mad at the Trump campaign because they were effective when it comes down to that ad that really dug into Kamala Harris. Boy, see, that's the thing with Democrats. They don't think, they don't project, they don't sit back and say, you know what? In about 2 or 3 years, we got to win another election. Maybe I shouldn't get out here and leave all kind of woke crumbs on the internet of me pushing, promoting, encouraging some of the most craziest things that I got to now try to walk back 2 or 3 years from now when I have to go into the battleground states. They don't think like that. See, they get caught up in their own, grandize out there in California somewhere amongst liberals, and they're like, absolutely, I think that the prisoners in prison should be able to get the... And they never stop to say, wait a minute, are y'all recording this? Is this going to be something that they could one day bring back up to show just how radical I am when I try to act like I'm in the middle? Try to act like, oh, no, I'm not far radical left. I'm kind of a moderate. And yet you leave all of this stuff on the internet because they just don't think. So now here she is trying to turn it into a negative, y'all. That ad, it was effective and it hurt us. And so what we're going to do now is just try to say y'all was transphobic. So instead of walking away from the fact that the ad was effective should make her say, you know what? Let's not ever bring that ad up again. Okay. It was that ad that revealed to us that the rest of the country, most of the countries ain't crazy yet. Ain't crazy. But what I'm going to do is try to say, because y'all pointed out how crazy the Democrats is when it comes down to this topic, what we're going to do is try to say, were you a little transphobic? You put the trans community in danger. That's her angle, her response to this.
Listen to some of it, and we'll talk on the other side.
Even the liberal media was shocked Kamala supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners and illegal aliens.
Every transgender inmate would have access.
Kamala's for they, them. President Trump is for you.
Wonderful ad. Wonderful. That ad right there dug into him so bad. Boy, I tell you. But Dana don't like it. Dana don't like it. Dana feels that ad right there is transphobic.
Transgender community in the U.S. is very, very small. It got really outsized attention. There are a lot of people who say that your campaign demonized the trans community.
Now see, I'll field this one, young man. The transgender community is very, very small with a big megaphone. And the big megaphone is the Democrat Party and you guys. See, it would be different if they were very, very small without the support and backing of all of you crazy folks. All of the folks with the megaphone to amplify and make it seem like this right here is a big movement. They're under attacks and you know what? They're being unexistent and y'all got rights and all this stuff. Your rights are being rolled back. You're constantly being persecuted. They're trying to go ahead and commit all of these atrocities against y'all. And y'all have a right to go crazy when somebody misgender you. You got a right to do all this crazy nonsense because you got Democrats in the media co-signing this mess. And remember, guys, we had folks back in the day who would, cross-dress. Some of them would even go so far as to become, a transvestite. That's what they called it back in the day. But what they weren't doing is walking around saying that I know I am a woman when I'm really a man. It was, I was born a man and I don't want to live like a man. So I'm going to go and get a surgery done and I'm going to live like a woman. But I know I'm not a woman. Or I'm just going to dress like a woman. But for some reason, these fools just went ahead and said, you know what, we're not even going to dibble and dabble in reality anymore. And we're not going to call it out for what it is. Yeah, this is mentity. That's what it is. These people are suffering from some mentity, not physically. But instead, these folks encourage that. They're out there talking about that to celebrate these people. So y'all brought all of this attention to them. Y'all emboldened them to now they're going out attacking society. They don't want folks to just leave them be, give them equal rights. They want additional rights. They don't want to just be left alone. They're going and invading your space. They're talking about, you got to celebrate me. We want to go into the schools now because the Democrats are backing us up. They're supporting us. They're supporting us. And if you say anything to us, they'll say you're transphobic. They'll say you. Now, if they're promoting it like that, You don't think they want this to spread? We see the game plan, man. Yeah, you're not just talking about, it's just a small community. Did y'all want to grow? That's the problem. That's why you're starting in the schools. It's a small community, and we're mad about that. We want it to be bigger. And that's the problem. Yeah, y'all want the folks in schools talking about, now, if you've ever thought about being a transgender on the bus, raise your hand. And y'all don't think we see that mess. And here she is, such a small. They try to downplay it like we just targeted them, y'all. We just started picking on them. They brought this mess into society. I woke up one day like, what the heck is a transgender? Where'd they come from? So wait, let me get this straight. You don't have to even get a procedure or nothing. You just can be a man. Oh, these people are crazy? Wait a minute. There's politicians that saying this too? So they're crazy too? But here she is. Now, we're transphobic for that ad.
As a way to present a wedge issue for perhaps men of color, suburban parents. Why do you think, and I know you...
See, men of color, suburban parents, all of this stuff. How about people of common sense? See, that's what you're missing. That's what you're missing, Dana, trash. It had nothing to do with men of color, the parents, the middle class parents. You're trying to make it seem like it's a sexist thing or, it's a cultural thing. No, it's a common sense thing. And that's what you're failing to miss. He didn't target men of color, the women, he targeted American citizens that got enough common sense to see that the Democrat Party's policies are crazy and misplaced.
You believe that those ads worked. Why do you think they worked?
Well, first of all, we didn't demonize the transgender community. In fact, this really isn't even about transgender issues. This ad is really about misplaced priorities. At the end of the day, it is a small minority of the country that thinks taxpayer dollars should be spent on that sort of thing. And when you have...
Since you want to talk about small minorities, very small, they would say, I support that. I think that these people should be given the transitioning money while they're inside of the prisons. That sounds smart. Small minority. And you wonder why y'all lost. Still scratching your dome, right, Dana Trash? How did we lose? Our policies are great.
The majority of the country who is saying very clearly that they don't believe the government is working for them. They're worse off than they were 4 years ago. The country is in the wrong track. And then to see a presidential candidate who is saying she's going to move this agenda forward and that's how taxpayer dollars should be spent, it just doesn't comport with them. They don't think the government is working for them. People want the government to be doing what their priorities are.
Well said, young man. Yeah, to put Dana Trash back in the can. Tried to get him, try to go ahead and slide in a little bit of transphobia. And you're putting their lives in danger. You're putting a spotlight on them. Yeah, instead of putting a spotlight on the Democrats and their crazy priorities and policies. That's where the spotlight was. Anybody with common sense after seeing and hearing what she said will go, what? We ain't just talking about a regular human walking around. We're talking about in prison. See, yeah, that's the special part about it. That made it even more crazy. You're not talking about just, look, man, I work down at the corner store and I feel like I need, maybe some medicals. We're talking about a dude who's been locked up in prison, and here you are talking about, let's go ahead and give him how crazy is that? But Dana Trash thinks it's just because you want to highlight the transgender community and put them in danger.
And frankly, spending taxpayer dollars to give transgender surgery to prisoners is just not a priority of the American people.
No, it isn't.
And that's why the ad was effective. It's about misplaced priorities.
Thank you.
On behalf of a leader.
Put Dana Trash in her place. Now, Dana, she ain't finished. She's going to try to come back out with something else.
So it was using the top issues that are most important to voters, the economy and immigration, and presenting it through an ad that was very memorable. Were you surprised that the Harris campaign didn't respond in kind?
Well, how could they? You're double trapped. You can't come out and respond to something you said. I mean, what are you going to do? Come out and be like, all right, I now no longer feel that way about the transgender community. And you know what's going to happen then? All of them going to jump on the transgender on the bus and come right up there and protest. All them transgenders are going to be on the bus coming to protest The LGBT community is going to go crazy. But at the same time, if you come out and say, well, I stand by what I said, you know you're done. Best thing she could have did is not said nothing. And that's exactly what she did. I don't see nothing. You don't see that commercial? I mean, it just came on. You just what? What commercial? I ain't even hear nothing about that. And they didn't ask her about it or nothing, because she know, boy, I stuck my foot in my mouth with that one.
Not particularly, because at the end of the day, it was her words right there very clearly. She was on camera owning that position. And you know, the ad did something else too, which is really important.
What?
It positioned her as the ideologically far-left liberal that she is and always was.
Well, look at
we
that.
saw when she first came into the race, there was this whole rush to try to erase the history of Kamala Harris, who was rated literally the most liberal senator in the U.S. Senate in 2019. And by the way, that was taken off the internet.
By you guys, your side. Not to mention, y'all tried to go and say she's not even a border czar.
We know that many outlets came out and said she was never the border czar. And then ultimately, I wouldn't be surprised if she voted for Donald Trump, because she had anonymous aides go out and leak that she was actually supporting his positions now, whether on the...
Now, even Dana Trash got to laugh. Even Dana Trash, like, yeah, man, we flubbed this all the way up. I'm trying right here. I'm trying to save face. I'm trying to bring up some raggedy narrative and make it seem interesting and try to... But deep down on the inside, I know we flubbed this all the way up. We went ahead and put all kind of lipstick on that pig. The whole pig was covered in lipstick. Not just the lips. Not just the lips. The whole pig was red. Bright red. So he's giving it to her.
Economy or the border or otherwise. So she really couldn't run from her words on that one when she was on many other issues.
And the keys.
Oh, my. And we're going to end with this dummy. Oh, this one's special, y'all. Because this is supposed to be the guru. This guy right here is the guy that predicts elections. That's right. Yeah, he starts smelling himself. Yeah, he thought, you know what? I got the rubric at this. It's the rubric and it's the whatever, and these are the keys. The keys never lie. The keys never lie, y'all. And now he's shocked that the keys lied to him. And what is he doing? Coming out doing like all the rest of them, making excuses for the keys. And he's not blaming the keys. He's not blaming his bias. He's not blaming how the fact that deep down on the inside, he wanted Kamala to win to the point where it blinded him from being objective. But instead, what does he do to try to keep himself relevant? And hopefully people will stop believing in the guru right here. He don't want that. He don't want folks going, man, I don't believe this dude no more. So he got to come up with something.
Because the keys depend upon a rational, pragmatic electorate deciding based on governance whether the incumbent party should get 4 more years.
So y'all hear that? We all crazy. We're irrational. Yeah, we're like Democrats. I'm voting because of injustice and the environment. And you know what? The women's reproductive rights and our rights are being rolled back. And you know what? These are fascist, xenophobe, and we can't. That's why we're voting. We're the irrational ones. That's what it is. He's saying the keys rely on that. And so look, man, I mean, the keys rely on people voting for the candidate that I want them to vote for. And I mean, how could, if they didn't vote for the candidate I want them to vote for, then they're broke. Not my keys, man. Not my keys. What else went wrong with those keys?
We've seen the explosion of some trends that have existed before, but not to this extent. Disinformation.
Oh.
You know, Elon Musk is, I don't know how many hundreds of billions he has. He has been the director of misinformation.
Y'all see Shaggy? That guy right there looks like an old version of Shaggy that got cleaned up and tried to go straight. Yo, Scoob. So here he is. Another one that I didn't anticipate is the disinformation and all of that stuff. Come on, man. Just say your keys was broken. They ain't working no more. You stuck those keys in there like, something's wrong with this one. That door's not opening. So here he is. So let me see. It relies on us being compliant and complicit and brainwashed and stupid and mindless and shallow when we vote. That's one of the things it relies on. And then it also relies on us believing the dis and misinformation coming out of the fake news instead of our own brains and our own ability to see that they're really the ones spreading the dis and misinformation. So it's relying on ignorance and stupidity. And what else?
2 billion views.
of his spreading of disinformation, not just about the economy, but about immigrants, about minorities.
All of that stuff, this and misinformation. Economy was great, even though we found out all of those job numbers were fudged and inflation wasn't transitory and all of this stuff, even though that. But it was this and misinformation. We were supposed to believe the people in charge that broke the economy, that simply came out and said, it ain't broke. No evidence, no real life experience, no real life data, nothing. Just tell us it ain't broke. But it feels broke. I mean, I just tried to buy some groceries and it broke the bank. That's broke. Yeah, but the economy ain't broke. You're good. You just can't see it yet. Any other questions? This guy is sitting there talking about misinformation about the economy when the Democrats came out and told us them lies and this and misinformation about immigrants. So all of those millions of people we're seeing, they're not real. They're mirages. There it is. This fool is sitting here trying to save his raggedy behind reputation by spreading what? This and misinformation and blaming it on the keys.
We've never seen to this scale the agitation of three trends that have been very deeply.
Here it comes. We never seen it, y'all. Y'all ready? This is what messed up his keys, y'all. Here it comes as he goes for his dismount.
Embedded in American history. Misogyny, racism, and xenophobia.
There you go. If y'all haven't seen my standalone videos that I uploaded, one giving advice to the Democrats to keep going with this. Keep going with this because it's obviously working. The xenophobia, racism, sexism, keep going with it. It's a winner. So if you haven't seen those two videos I uploaded, please check them out. Let's hear it again. Let's hear it again. How did I know that was coming?
Been very deeply embedded in American history. Misogyny,
there it is,
racism, and xenophobia.
Yeah, he didn't build that into his calculations and his keys. All right, I got to make room for misogyny, the racism, sexism, homophobia. I might as well throw that in there. Transphobia. What other stuff did we make up and could put in there? Instead of we're garbage, we got a horrible candidate. She's shallow and see-through. The economy really does suck. People aren't buying the fake news anymore. Forget those things. Forget those real life things that if you got common sense and you observe, you would say, maybe I should adjust my keys. Maybe I should adjust them for common sense, but not him. So let's go ahead and close out because here it is.
You know, the first anti-immigrant law was 1798, and Donald Trump wants to revive it.
Back me up, go all in, by Joe Biden. I gotta win, save the country from sin. I won't ever slack up, get your money back up. Try and cause my voter and your bounty gets smacked up. Get up, stand up, throw your MAGA hats up. If you got the feeling, Kamala's unappealing. Trump's got the hot flow, Dems are talking junk. No, I got shot in my ears, here to find me as the goat, yo. Working, chat to the peeps in the cars. Let me serve more fries than lies from the voters are. DJ T, sure enough in the lead. And if it's what you want, I'm the prezi you need. Kamala's a clown, Kamala's a clown, so get out and vote. Keep jump around, jump around, keep jump around, jump around. Jumps up, Kamala's going down.
What?
I'm the cream of the crop. I rise when I'm shot. Some started from the bottom, but I've always been on top. Painting me as a dictator, some type of super trader. I think you need some loving because you sounded like a hater. But I ain't going down like no punk foo. Clean up the house, Joe, moving in back soon. Kamala's a clown, Kamala's a clown. So get out and vote, you jump around.
Jump around. That's what they get. Boy, I tell you, man. So now we done listened to the keys. This broke. They ain't working no more. And misogyny and racism and white supremacy and all of those things. And white women is to blame and men and all of those other things. But nonetheless, run from it, but it's all the same. Destiny arrives all the same. Because Trump is inevitable. And he's here. And I'm excited about what's going to happen moving forward. And I know they are terrified. I'm talking about they have a legitimate, the elites, the folks that play these games, they have a legitimate reason to be terrified. But then there is the false reality in society amongst their voters where they're terrified for nothing. Terrified for nothing. So I'm going to be here for them, to help them, to counsel them through my videos. Sometimes it might come in the form of kind words, but most likely criticism and laughter, most likely. My goal is to shame them back into sanity. There it is. To go ahead and cut on them until they say, man, you know what? I can't take this dude cutting on me anymore. Maybe I need to wake up and get some common sense. So God bless y'all. God bless America. Thanks for kicking it with me tonight. I shall be back tomorrow. So hit the like button on your way out. And let's see, anything else? Oh, if you want to support the channel through my Cash App, PayPal, the link is below. And please don't forget to check out Kevin's Corner store. Make sure you're still subscribed and turn your notification button on to all. Don't forget, I did post 2 new videos, so please check those out. Get those algorithms gone, like those videos and stuff like that. Other than that, y'all, let's get out of here. Somebody said Giz, but Giz is in the room with Nala. They over there chilling together. Hopefully they're not into some shenanigans, y'all. This is all city, and they don't like it. I know you see the apes. I know you see the way they tear up the place. Yeah. God bless. Take care.